Shrek 5 has officially released its first teaser trailer online, unveiling to the world the redesigned look to Shrek, Donkey, Fiona, and a grown-up little Felicia, voiced by Zendaya.
Who are you people?
I was not expecting this to drop online today. It is sending the internet in a frenzy, and we are going to discuss it, baby. So that's exactly what I'll be doing here for you guys. I'll be going into this 30-second teaser trailer for Shrek 5, giving you my thoughts on the redesigns, whether they're in the right direction, whether we should be worried, some of the crazy plot details we've been hearing about this movie, because believe it or not, Shrek 5 might be a multiverse story. That is not a joke. So grab your onions, punch your donkeys, and hit that like button, because we're talking a Shrek 5 teaser trailer. We're freaking here, dude. All right, so yes, out of nowhere today, we got a little teaser trailer for Shrek 5 that was mainly just meant to announce the cast for Shrek 5, the voice actors. The teaser trailer opens up with Shrek and Donkey asking the magic mirror who is the fairest of them all, and right away, one of the first major redesigns, the bro behind the magic mirror is now mogging us all, because man got a major facelift. He's been mewing ever since Shrek Forever After. But from there, we get their interpretation of TikTok in this made-up world where they just get random little edits and skits made of Shrek. For sure have some thoughts about them using the first teaser trailer to reveal they now have TikTok in their world. Put that on pause for now. But those edits send them back and we get revealed the redesigned looks to some of these iconic characters and how some characters that we last saw as babies are now pretty much grown up. And all right, let's just begin the discussions here. We knew they were slightly going to tweak or update the designs of Shrek 5, and it's kind of been the thing I've been most dying to see. Plenty of fake thumbnails and edits made online, and at one point there was a sign at Universal Park where we were like, that's what it's going to look like. Didn't turn out being true, and now we have the official look here, and I'm not all the way mad, but it's definitely gonna take some getting used to on some of these faces. Okay, let's start off with Shrek. Shrek to me looks the most like himself, although be it the man has aged up. I mean, last we saw him, he had a little baby, and now his baby is 16, 15 years old. That's a long time for us not to be in the Shrek universe, and I can't imagine how many adventures they've had in between, and Shrek is showing a little signs of wear and tear. He's got little crow's feet on his eyes. You can see he's got his wrinkles on his forehead. Yeah, Shrek is aging up a bit, but I'm glad it's subtle little details and they didn't completely go all the way with making them look old, because I still want these guys to look semi-recognizable. So Shrek, although a little older and different, I'm happy with the look, and even looking at some of the fluidity in the animation, it looks nice and updated. Their facial expressions and movements are happening in such a smooth way, it feels very different from the animation style we're used to in the older movies, but that is decades old animation, so even their movements are going to feel slightly off to us. But before we talk about the biggest redesigns, let's talk about Felicia. Which, yeah, the babies in the Shrek universe do have names: Fergus, Farkle, and Felicia. And this teaser trailer reveals to us one of the voice of these kids,
Zendaya? Oh, damn.
and if you've been watching my channel talking about Shrek 5 and what I most wanted, this is the thing I wanted. Those kids to be a little aged up and for us to have an adventure that involved them. I think it's a risky move, but it's one I definitely wanted to see, and I was disappointed between Shrek 3 and Shrek 4 that they remained as babies. But even I was not expecting them to age them up to 16, possibly 18 years old, man. But no, I was like, wow, they really decided to age them up. They have gone through major character development. They are going to be their own people once we see these Shrek kids. And just kind of going off the little that we get from this teaser trailer and her physical appearance, it seems to me like Felicia is going to play that stereotypical rebellious teen who's maybe embarrassed by her parents.
Ew. you, Dad.
Ooh, mommy light.
Is maybe going against their wishes most of the times, butting heads a little bit, and that could end up being the core story. For Shrek 5 is maybe Shrek trying to fully bond with his daughter, maybe missing the old days when she was a toddler, him growing old and dealing with that. Is typical family problems that we all deal with, but I hope it's deeper than that because that would be so stereotypical, and we have seen that done in dozens of family movies, so I do hope there's more to it than that. But hey, I'm excited to see Zendaya have this role. There was a tweet she made long ago that even the official Shrek account brought up where she was just watching Shrek too much, and now all these years she gets to be a voice actress in it. That's dope. Really need to know who you guys think is voicing Fergus and Farkle. One of y'all say Tom Holland. I don't think that's right. They siblings in this one. But all right, let's move over to what I think are the major redesigns of this movie. We were just talking about how Shrek does have a little wrinkles. He seems like he's aged up a bit. Oh, Donkey's got himself a white little goatee. He's still got his crazy spiky white hair, but it even looks like it's thinning a little bit, like this donkey's going bald. Can donkeys go bald? We'll find out in Shrek 5. But it's not just that, it's even just his eyes and facial expressions. This, to me, feels very off from the donkey we're used to. The eyes are more bigger and kind of sunken in, which I guess just goes more into that older look. And heck, even just to bring it up, if Shrek's kids are pretty much all grown up, I can't imagine the size and the look of Donkey's kids that we know he has and what they're going to be looking like for this movie. I'm sure we're going to get some sort of setup or backstory there because it has been confirmed by Eddie Murphy himself.
And there's a Donkey. Donkey's going to have his own movie. We're going to do a Donkey. So we're going to do a Shrek and we're doing a Donkey.
That Donkey is going to be getting a solo movie after Shrek 5 that's actually already in the works. But man, this Donkey design is going to take some getting used to. At least all the voice actors are returning, and that'll really help us get used to some of these new looks. Because Fiona, all right, what'd you do to her? This is not Fiona. This is an alien who took over her skin. To quote Donkey,
What did you do with the princess?
Donkey, shh, I'm the princess.
Oh my God, you ate the princess! Can you hear me?
Donkey?
Listen, keep breathing!
I don't know, man. That just does not look like Fiona to me. All these other characters, I'm like, yeah, that's slightly Shrek. Yeah, that's slightly Donkey. To me, this ain't Fiona. This is Fiona's cousin, Fagona. She looks the most different to me and unrecognizable. Obviously, there's cues in there with the red hair and the green dress that, like, make it come together. But, Fiona, what happened to you, my queen? I did think it was kind of nice that we even got a look of Pinocchio in this, although we did recently see Pinocchio in the Puss in Boots Last Wish movie, and Pinocchio pretty much looked identical to the way he looked in the Shrek movies, and now looking at him here, he's a lot more polished, a lot skinnier, not as much wooden. I've seen some people throw out the term that all these characters now got Disney-fied, and I can kind of understand what they're going with. The Shrek universe has always had this uncanny, realistic look to it, which I think maybe was horrifying and ugly at the time, but that ended up becoming the charm and the vibe of that universe. We got used to it, and I dig it. And now everything does look slightly kidified or cute-ish. It doesn't, to me, ruin what they're trying to do here or what's going to be going on in this movie, but it definitely feels like a different vibe. If they still have that great Shrek humor and a really awesome story like they just had with Puss in Boots The Last Wish or Shrek 2, dude, I am going to be a happy camper. So some of these designs I'm going to have to get used to, but it's not pushing me away from the movie at all. Bringing me now to kind of talk about some of these details and things we've been hearing about this movie. So I actually talked about Zendaya being part of this cast just about a week ago because there was a source online that is kind of iffy. Sometimes they're right, but they've been kind of wrong a lot lately, but I still wanted to discuss it because it was Shrek 5 and it ended up becoming true. So if they had that information right and it got confirmed today, I looked back at all the other stuff they've been mentioning about Shrek 5 because it looks like their source on that is accurate. And they did say early on that Shrek 5 is going to be a multiverse story. Kinda. Have no idea what that means, but that definitely frightens me because I think I speak for everyone when I say, We're kind of sick of the multiverse stuff, right? The kind of part I think is what will really make or break it for me. I think it's going to be maybe another situation like Shrek Forever After, where we get put in alternate versions of what could have happened. Because in a weird way, you could say Shrek Forever After was a multiverse story, because that was an alternate timeline of what would have happened if Shrek was never around. But then again, I wouldn't want them to kind of repeat that trope of Shrek being fed up with his life, angry with his teenage daughter, missing the old days because he's getting old. But I'm for sure curious what that means. The other detail that's come about now is that Lord Farquaad would be returning in Shrek 5, and that's honestly very believable. That's become the biggest thing with a lot of returning properties, nostalgia baiting us with original villains and members of the first movies. And Lord Farquaad is an iconic villain to me. John Lithgow is still around. I'd love to see him voice him. I know he died, but there was that Shrek ride where he came back as a ghost, and if they're implementing this multiverse story, maybe that's how they bring him in. Maybe it's Lord Farquaad from a different universe coming in here, a universe where maybe he won and is now trying to eliminate all the Shreks of the world. I don't know, man. Now that I got my biggest wish for Shrek 5 accomplished, and that is the kids being aged up and being part of the story, my second biggest wish for Shrek 5 is for them to remain true to what made some of the other Shrek movies, and even Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, really entertaining, and that's having clever parodies or usage of fairy tale creatures and items as part of their story. That's what made those movies so much fun to me, is that they're basically got to play in the playground of all these fairy tale creatures, mush them all together, and have fun with it. And so that's what I hope still remains in this movie. I saw some people really theorizing that maybe they'll introduce Steamboat Willie in this movie since he's in the public domain, and it would be a way for Shrek to have the ultimate Disney character, Mickey Mouse, there, but we'll wait and see on that. Could just end up being a cameo. So other than these redesigns, my only biggest fear is for them to modernize it 2-bit where it's just unappealing or just not even that funny, bringing me back to this teaser trailer showing off the little TikTok app on the magic mirror. That was definitely a choice to have it be the first thing, but it's showing you that they are going to modernize it, that they're going to stay true to with everything going on in our world. And again, while that did make me flinch, I think back to my favorite Shrek movie, Shrek 2, and they would have such great parodies of modern things, like they treated Far, Far Away like it was Beverly Hills with Starbucks and Burger Kings down the corner. When Shrek was captured by the police, they turned it into an episode of Cops. So them kind of parodying modern things and injecting them into the movies has always been part of it, and is why I'm going to excuse it. Heck, I could even see Felicia having like a little pocket mirror, and that's their cellular devices in this universe, where she gets to have TikTok and call and FaceTime people. And that kind of fits in with the Shrek universe, where I wouldn't mind it as much. I don't know. I'm still very excited. I can't believe we're even talking about a Shrek 5 teaser trailer. I really thought this day would never come. It is here now, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Christmas of 2026, you need to get here now. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the teaser trailer. Who do you think the voices should be for the other two siblings? Your thoughts on some of these redesigns, what gets you excited, what gets you worried? I want to hear it all down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.